my gorgeous plant people, welcome back to Reading Mindfully. My name is Ayana, and today I am showing you guys some unicorn plants that I got. And so if you're interested in seeing what I have, then stay tuned. Hey guys, like I said, so today I'm showing you guys some unicorn plants that I have finally added to my collection. And if you guys have ever watched my channel, I have talked about these plants numerous times. So I'm finally here to show you guys these plants in my collection, and I'm so excited. But yes, let's get started. Alright, and so the first unicorn plant that I added to my collection, I wasn't even looking for this plant. I just so happened to be on Instagram. I think I was about to post a picture of my Instagram when this post just popped up on my feed, and I was just like, I clicked on it immediately. But this is a juvenile black Maranta. Oh my goodness. If you guys have ever watched my channel, you heard me talk about prayer plants. I've gotten into prayer plants this year. And when I saw the black Maranta after getting the silver band, I was just like, I want that plant. And so when I was on Instagram, Peace, Love, and Happiness Club had a post on their Instagram saying that they had black Marantas. So I immediately clicked on their post, and it took me straight to the website. And I think this was the last one left. And I was just like, I'm just gonna buy it. I just didn't even really think about it. I just bought it. But this was the last one because it didn't have any markings on it. And normally when a plant doesn't have markings or anything on it, I tend not to buy it just because I need to be sure that that's the plant that I'm purchasing. That way I'm not getting cheated or scammed or anything. But since I have purchased from the Peace, Love, and Happiness Club several times, I felt like it was going to be okay. And so, like I said, this one hardly had any markings on it. And as you can see, it still doesn't really have any markings. I believe when I first got the plant, it only had about 6 leaves or so. But in my care, it did put out this leaf. If you can see that. So it is starting to get the black markings. And then it's putting out, it's going to be hard to show you. It's putting out this leaf that's it's getting its markings, and then it just has this one right here where you can't really see them. But because the plant had a little bit of markings, I figured, and I was hoping that this was a black Maranta, that I wasn't getting cheated. And so I bought the plant, and then I texted my boyfriend. I was like, you would not believe what happened. And I told him. He was like, did you order it? And I was like, yeah. He was like, good, because if you didn't, I would have told you to order it anyway, because even he knows that I've been wanting this plant for the longest time, even though he keeps calling it, or he in the beginning he was calling it the black mantra. But I'll put in a picture of this plant so that way you guys can see what it looks like all mature. It is so beautiful. I love the dark markings on this plant. If you guys love the red vein, or if you love the silver band, you're gonna love this one. It is just so gorgeous, and just it's just so rich and vibrant, and just, can I say sexy? Sexy. The plant is sexy. So I can't wait till this Maranta grows up. Like I said, this is what it looks like. Just has a couple little markings there. And I do have this one under my Soltech light. It's doing phenomenal. The leaves are getting bigger because they did have really tiny leaves. I'm watering it like the rest of my Marantas, and I'll put my care guide up there. And so yeah, I'm so excited for this black Maranta. And it didn't cost me as much as I thought it was gonna cost me. I thought it was gonna end up like costing like hundreds of dollars, and it didn't. And so this plant was like under $100. Maybe it was like a little over 50 or so, like that. So I was surprised that it wasn't as expensive as I thought it was gonna be. But yeah, that's one more look at the black Maranta, and I will give you guys updates so that way you guys can see what it looks like when it gets bigger. But I'm so excited for this plant, and I can't wait for it to get bigger. All right, and so the next plant that I got, you guys also know that I've been looking for this plant forever. And in fact, I also had one failed attempt at this plant prior to, and I'm going to show you what that one looks like. This is my prior attempt to the plant that I'm going to show you. This is the Philodendron Serpent. I got this one from Equigenera. Now, I didn't import this plant. I got this plant from the pop-up shop. I had put in an order, but then I saw that they were going to have a pop-up shop. So my boyfriend and I decided just to drive up there and just to see if the plants were going to be up there. And so, long story short, we drove up there. The plants were there. And so I canceled my order that I placed online, and I just purchased the plants at the pop-up shop because that's what they suggested that I do. They gave me my refund and everything. And the plants looked really good. Now, when I brought the plants home, the roots were terrible. And so I did my thing. I tried to rehab it like I did my Philodendron fibrosum to get new roots, and I had it propagating in water, and it smelled god awful. I've never had a propagation smell so bad. It was terrible. And every time I just went past it, it just smelled so bad. Even my boyfriend was like, "What is that smell?" And so I took it out of the water. I even put the vitamins in the water to help with the roots, because the vitamins, if you get the Thrive vitamin, Super Thrive, they help with transplanting, transitioning and everything like that. That didn't work. And so I took them out of the water, put it in the soil, the last ditch effort, because this is what I did with my fibrosum. And you can just see it just tanked. But it had actually started looking like this before I took it out of the water. And so I knew the plant, it was a goner. And so this is the plant that I saw recently. I was so excited about this plant. I actually thought about this plant. I thought about this plant for, how many days did I think I thought about it for a week or so. And I was like, should I get it? No, should I get it? No, should I get it? Should I no? And I just went back and forth, especially because one of the reasons why I didn't want to purchase it, because it was a more of expensive plant, and I just had a terrible experience. Not to mention that it's winter time. I didn't want to have it shipped, but I was like, I ordered it from a lady that I ordered it from before, so I knew that she ships pretty well. So I just decided to go ahead and purchase the plant. And guys, I'm so excited about this plant. It just looks so beautiful. And look at those glossy leaves. And believe it or not, these leaves are even more velvety and more satin than my Philodendron vibrosum, which is just unbelievable. The fur is even a lot different too. It feels a lot more like it's soft, but it's firm, if that makes sense. But yes, this is just a gorgeous plant. And you see it has a new growth point here. I haven't done anything with this plant. This is the pot that it came in. All I did was take off the tissue paper that was on top and the tape, and I just let the plant relax. The crazy thing was that I got this plant on Christmas, so I got to unbox it. So happy Christmas, Merry Christmas to me. And the heating pack was still warm, which was insane. But I think this plant was shipped on the 22nd, and I got it on Christmas, so that was really fast shipping. I did pay for express because it was advised, especially since it was so cold. And yeah. So this is the Philodendron Serpent. I'm so glad that I ordered these plants when I did, because today it started snowing a little bit. And so yeah, that's when it's too cold to be shipping plants. But these were unicorns. I just took a chance. Would I do it again? Probably not, because I was checking that thing, and it was driving me crazy. The next plant that I had a failed attempt is the Philodendron swamicall. And like I said before with the serpents, I got this from Equigenera at the pop-up shop, and I did the same thing that I tried to do with the Philodendron serpents as far as rehabbing. As you can see, it did not work, and it just started going downhill before I took it out of the water. But the roots were just insanely terrible. Like, I don't even know how those plants just looked good as they did for as long as they did, because the roots were not good at all. If I could do it all over again, I wouldn't have ordered from Equigenera. And to be honest, I probably won't be ordering from Equigenera in the future. At this point, I'd rather just order from a local company or a local, shop in the US, have it shipped. But that's just no more Equigenera. And so this is the plant that I found on Etsy. This is a beautiful Philodendron swamicall. And the crazy thing is that this plant literally came in today, not even, I think it came in like 20 minutes before I sat down to film this video. But this plant is just absolutely gorgeous. I'm so excited. Like I said, I've been wanting these plants for about 2 years, and I just cannot wait. As you can see, the furriness on this plant is a lot different than the Philodendron serpents. This one has a lot more fine hairs, and the petioles are pink and red. They do turn green, as you can see here, but they're mostly pink and red. And this is a lot softer than the Philodendron serpents, but I'm just so excited. You can tell this one is a newer leaf, and it was kind of unfurling as it was packaged, or while it's packaged, because you can see that there's pink on the back. So yes, I'm just so excited for these plants. I cannot even believe I finally have these plants in my collection. And if you guys want to see a video showing the difference between these plants, because they are pretty much the same plant, they're kind of like more like cousins, but I can do a video to show you guys how what the differences are between these two plants, so that way when you guys go to do an order, you guys can be able to tell what the difference are, so that way you're not buying the same plant. But yeah, so I just wanted to show you guys these unicorn plants that I purchased. Like I said, at this point I'm not really trying to buy a lot of plants unless it's a unicorn plant, and I don't know if I have that many unicorn plants moving forward. I would definitely do a wish list plant video if I do have a unicorn list, because I do have a couple more that I would really like to get. But I think for the new year, I kind of want to do a one in, one out kind of thing, where if I buy a plant, then I have to get rid of a plant, rehome a plant, so that way I can make sure that my collection is not getting too big. I also, over the weekend, did a huge reorganization of my whole entire collection. I rearranged all my plants, and I'm really actually liking the way it is. I categorize everything to make it easier, and my boyfriend requested that I do that because he is helping me with like watering and stuff, and he said it would be easier to do it that way. So I kind of like how I did it. The only thing I have to do is buy some plant stands to raise some plants up. I don't want to go crazy on plant stands because I really don't like all the plant stands that are out there on the market, but I do need to get some plant stands. I really would love to get some dollies, so that's something I'm going to be working on, as well as repotting in the come spring. I'm going to do some repotting. But yeah, so if you guys are interested in that video, I can show you guys how I rearrange my plants, or we can do an updated plant tour, plant update, something like that. I did put all my prayer plants in one area, if you saw my Instagram post, just to make watering a lot easier. And so yeah, as always, I just want to thank you guys so much for liking my videos, commenting, and subscribing. And as always, please shop responsibly. Please shop within your means. If you see a plant that you cannot have at the current time, then just admire it in someone else's collection, save up for it, do what you need to do. But Just because I show you plants or you see other YouTubers plants doesn't mean that you have to go out and buy that plant if you cannot do so. It is not necessary. These plants are sometimes looked at as luxury items, especially because some of the price tags are luxury. But yeah, just please shop responsibly, please stay within your means, and I will see you guys in the next video. I miss you guys. Happy holidays. Have a nice year if I don't see you by the next, before the year, if I, you know what I mean, if I shoot another video before the new year. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.